Folks, we're doing the mailbag segment right now. If you got questions, put it in the comment section. Hashtag Lions, hashtag Keitho, hashtag Santiago sucks. Okay, you could do that. Hashtag, we could do many different hashtags, but hashtag Santiago sucks. I do like that one. I'm not a big fan of a guy like that. But if you got a questions, put it in there. And I see it right now by Mr. Michael Weary. How is Broderic looking to you? From everything that I'm hearing, Michael, he's looking good. He took first-team reps today. Physically, he's in much better shape. And I do think he is going to be a rotational piece this year. Unlike last year, where it was more of a developmental, he's looking good. He's taking first-team reps, not second-team reps, not third-team reps, first-team, even though DJ Reader is out, so I think he would take second-team if he was in. He's looking pretty good right now. Awesome. Any free agents you want the Lions to target right now? Not right now. No. I want these guys to battle it out for at least 2 weeks to see what we got. I want to see, who's stepping up. Because, look, Darius Fountain stepping up. Broderic Martin stepping up. I want to see if anyone can do that at the edge position. If nobody's stepping up at this point in 2 weeks, okay, we could talk about free agency. Right now, I'm not doing that. If you folks, if I miss a question, put it in the comment section right now. James Janelle, the team mindset is they don't care about division titles, playoff games. It's only Super Bowl, and 100%. And that's the way it should be. Not every team comes into a season like the Detroit Lions where they're expecting to win a Super Bowl. It's just a handful of teams, the 49ers, the Lions, the Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. You could put them in there. There's just a handful of teams that are in that we got to win a Super Bowl, and the Lions are a part of it, and I 100% agree with that sentiment. Bo Booth believes we're going to go 14-3 and get that number one seed. I'd love to go 14-3. I'm going to take a little lesser approach on that. Would love it. Let's see. Sean O'Connor. Chances that Tre'Quan Smith makes the team and contributes. He's hurt now, but he's a bigger body. I haven't heard anything about Tre'Quan Smith at all. It's really even since OTAs or minicamp. Haven't heard anything so far in training camp. Do I think... If I'm a betting man, I would bet he does not make the roster. This is how I'm thinking it's going to play out. It's going to be 5 or 6 receivers, and you're going to have St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Darius Fountain, and Antoine Green if they go 6. That's what I kind of think it's going to be. Could it change? Yeah. It's up to him to do it, right? It's up to him, but that's what I got right now. What are your early impressions of Jamo? My early impressions of Jamo is he's going to have an extreme breakout year. That's my early impression. He looks different. He's faster. He's confident. His route running is like we've seen in Alabama, where it's extremely crisp, and he's catching everything. He dropped one ball today because he tripped. So, that happens, right? Other than that, he has been phenomenal. And so my expectations for him is to take that step that everybody has been waiting for. Let's see, how you feeling about the Rams week 1? I'm feeling really good. And by the way, the Rams just lost their starting quarterback for the year. Corner, not quarter. Corner, CB for the year. It just came out today. And my God, that is a bad way to start training camp. The Vikings lost their starter, and the Rams lost their starting cornerbacks already for the year on day 1 or 2 of training camp. So that's bad luck. Hopefully, we don't have that. I don't believe, and he says he believes to get 5,000 yards. It's going to be quite difficult because we do run a lot. But he did get 4,500 yards passing, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. But we do run a lot. I'm not going to argue with that because we're talking about 500-yard difference. He had 45 last year, right? So to get to 5,000, it's possible. It's possible. But I'll take the under because we run a lot, not because of him. Let's see. Yeah, he upchucked a little bit, and that's funny. And by the way, folks, it's not because he's out of shape. He's in phenomenal shape. This is probably the best he's ever been. He's lean. He looks good. He looks really good. And he said he just ate something nasty. And by the way, he does have a weird diet. Okay, he does have a weird diet. And so I don't think it has anything else. Let's see, you think that Iffy and Branch at safety and Kirby playing backup, or do you think they will alternate? I think it's going to be an alternate, and I think all three are going to be on the field at the same time, potentially. It's just depending what type of not a scheme. What type of play calling Aaron's Glenn doing for a specific series? That's how it's going to be to me. So, like, I kind of consider them all starters because of that. We'll see, but Kirby is really good. I love Kirby Joseph. So I don't see a situation where it's like, oh, you're getting demoted or anything like that. You always hate to hear anyone get hurt at training camp, but if the Rams, it's plus for the line. Yeah, I don't wish injury upon anybody. I don't. Even Karen Rodgers, right? Because he's not in the division anymore. I don't wish injury because these guys are human beings and they got families. And injury, we all have been injured before. It freaking sucks, man. And so I definitely don't wish it on anybody. Are we running a team or a passing team? Both. We're a balanced football team. That's what we are. We run. Some games we're going to run more. Some games we're going to pass more. We're a very balanced football team. A lot of games last year, it was nearly 50-50 for running the pass, the amount of snaps, offensive snaps, and that's what you want to see is ideal. More rushing yards than last year. I can see more because the Lions have a great offensive line. Their tight end is great, and their wide receivers are great, and that's going to open up the run game. Do I think I think that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get probably 60-40 for the snaps at running back, and that will result in a little bit more yards. I do think a little bit more, not a whole lot. Let's see. Who do you see the Lions trading up for if they consider it? Trading for, like a trade deadline? Man, that's quite difficult. Look, they're not big into these big trades. They're just not into it. If I am a betting person, I don't know who's going to be on the trade block before a trade deadline, right? I don't know. We don't know what team's going to be really good or really bad. Sometimes, there's good teams you think it's bad, and then you're going to be sellers compared to buyers. But right now, if I'm a betting man, odds if they were to trade, I'm not saying they are, but if they were to do it, it'd be a trade deadline, it'd probably be for a pass rusher, right? Because I'm pretty solid right now with wide receivers. I'm confident with what we're seeing from Darius Fountain. My confidence is building at that position. It's just really opposite of Aiden. And that's something that we don't even know yet, right? Well, they haven't even had the pads on, so give it a couple weeks. But I would bet on them not making a significant trade at all. If they do a trade, it would probably be for a low roster type of thing, like a conditional 7th-round pick or something, or nothing significant. But right now, I would bet on they're not making a trade. Let's see. I see Goff saying get 5,000 yards, touchdowns. Who knows? I'll go 37. 37's a pretty good one, Stu. Because, I think he had 32 last year. It all starts with the run and the ability to play action. 100%. And that's this team. Keitho, hashtag Mike or Mike. Appreciate you, brother. You think that there's a possibility to get a deal done with Ali McNeil before this season starts? Price tag is going up. And I don't think it does. I hope it does. I don't think it does, but I hope it does. And that goes the same thing with Taylor Decker. I don't think it does. I hope it does. I do believe they'll get the deals done at this point within a fiscal year, from today. I would like it to get done before the NFL season starts. I'm betting below it. What up, though? TA, been talking to you all morning. Appreciate you, brother. Let's go ahead and I want to tell you about Lions Nation Unite again on my channel. Folks, it is going to be everybody on there, and we're really, really close by doing it. Just a couple hiccups left. Definitely super excited to have every content creator on their shows all the time. Herman Moore is going to be on there all the time. It's so exciting. I can't wait. Let's see. Keith, though, dropped another one. Mike, how many rushing touchdowns does Goff have this season? I'll go with one. I'll go with one rushing touchdown for Jared Gofford. I'll go with one. Who is your breakout player on defense early? Defense breakout player. Great question there. You know what? I'm going to go with Jack Campbell. I think he will be a breakout player. We're hearing that he's really looking good, right? He's taking that next step. That's all we've heard. That's what we're hearing right now. I'll go with Jack Campbell is the guy who's going to go ahead and break out for the Lions defense. The Do Crew. What's up? Dano in the building. Appreciate you, brother. I just actually recorded with him, and a video will be dropping, I believe, on Saturday. check that out. Never heard of him. Well, let's see. Lisa everybody loves Lisa Del Renzo. She's the OG here. Definitely a breakout player has to be Jack Campbell. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the player because if you look at it, Aiden Hutchinson, is that breakout? No, I expect him to be great. Aleem McNeil, I expect him to be great. DJ Reader, I expect him to be great. I look at the secondary. I know what we got in Carlton Davis and Terry and Arnold and Amik Robertson. I think they're going to be really good, right? I know we got the safety. So for me to say like one of these, like a Brian Branch, I say Brian Branch is a breakout player. But we think he's already, like that's kind of a given, right? So I got to go with something that's a little bit different and jump in there and say a Jack Campbell. I think McNeil's better on himself, and it very well could be, by the way. This may not be a situation where it's the Lions. Some of these players and current free agents, right, they are betting on themselves to progress, and that's really important. So it's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. And it's very – and Aleem McNeil, if he wants to do that, good for him. I think if he bets on himself, he's going to win too, because I think having a DJ Reader next to him is really going to open him up. And I think he knows this 100%. Let's see, Lions Talk Live. Morning shows, the Dew Crew, 7 in the morning. Yeah, look, I am not a morning person, 7 in the morning. And by the way, there's multiple reasons for that. Now, I could be listening to a podcast maybe in about 2 weeks. Why? Because I got to take my daughter to school. She's in a private school now, and I pick her up and drop her off. My girlfriend's 3 kids are going to a school, and when I'm over there, I'm going to help pick them up and drop them off if I can. So I'll be able to listen in the morning, but definitely I can't communicate. And I'm not a morning person right now. I stay up a little bit later than most. And then I sleep until I'd say about 8, 9 in the morning. That's generally when I'm waking up. So that's why I recorded with, I'm going to pre-record with Dan anytime that he wants me, or Curtis Steele, because I know he's a morning person. Any of the guys that operate in the AM and they would like me to be on, just letting everyone know, you're most definitely, just hit me up. I'll do a pre-recording for you if you're a morning person. I definitely want to do my best to help any content creator out. I don't care if you got 50,000 subs or 91 subs. I don't care. I am all about making this community blow up. The more YouTubers for the Lions are helping them out is the better for all of us, because we love our team and we just want our team to be repped, right? And I love it. And I hear this a lot from the new content creators like Mike, man, you know, we listen to you, and that's why I started the channel. I freaking think that's awesome. And if you're a content creator and you're listening to this, don't hesitate to hit me up, man. Just because I got 66,000 subs, it doesn't mean anything. I am cool with anybody, and that's with Facebook as well. So if you're out there and you're a content creator, hit me up. I am busy. I'm a busy guy, but I will most definitely always make time. I'm on Crunch Time tonight, 8:30, with the Crunch Time crew. Come on and listen, right? That's what it's all about. And I'll see, Lisa, I see your question. I'll get right after this. How many rushing yards will Gibbs have in 2024? I'll go with 1,200 rushing yards, TA. I'll go with 1,200. I think that he can get 1,200 rushing yards, and that's a good jump. He almost had 1,000 this year. I think he'll get to 1,200 rushing because we are a team that does David Montgomery as well. So, look, if we didn't have a David Montgomery, I'm up there saying he probably could get close to 2K. He's that. I think he's that type of player, but 1,200 with David Montgomery. And I think it's important, folks. I don't care about, honestly, stats. I want these guys fresh for the playoffs. Like, I'm kind of just almost skipping the regular season. I want these guys to be fresh for the playoffs so we can get to a Super Bowl. Mike, do you think that Brian Branch will be a good at safety as yet nickel? Yeah, I do. I 100% do. Brian Branch, to me, was a top 10 draft pick last year. I had him a top 10 draft pick. And when he got, I didn't even know this man was on the board in the second round. He is great at whatever he wants to put his mind to. Brian Branch is a playmaker, and he's a game wrecker and a game changer. 100% confidence. If he plays majority safety, he will ball out. 100%. Um, let's see. And by the way, this is cool, Craig Hop. Who would win in a wrestling match, Dirty Dan or the Hulkster? Hulk is at Lions practice right now. Hollywood Hulk Hogan. NWO, New World Order. He is at practice right now. Isn't that freaking epic, man? Like, you're seeing people come out and support the Detroit Lions that you've had no idea about. Hulk Hogan repping Detroit. He's got that's so cool, man. And I love seeing that. I love seeing people everywhere just kind of jump in the Lions bandwagon. It's time. This team deserves it. You know, this team is a awesome team. It is a awesome city of Detroit. The fans are awesome. They deserve all of this. And a huge shout out to Hulk Hogan for hanging out in Detroit. He went on 97, won the ticket yesterday. Now he's at practice. This is freaking epic. And I hope he goes to the games this year, some games. I will be in a suite a couple times, and because I am going to the games this year. I didn't do it last year. This year, I want to go to at least one game in a suite with Herm. So we're going to do that, and hopefully we're talking also about recording at Ford Field pre- and post-game, so that's going to be epic. We're going to try to do that as well. Let's see. And if I miss your question, don't rip on me, folks. Just repost it. It's because I didn't see it. I got a queue. If you can, let me see if you guys can see my queue. So you kind of see what I'm always talking about and how I do this. And I want you guys really to see how this works. So this is what it looks like, folks. Let me remove something so you can see. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And I click on it, and that's how I see your comment. And I simply miss it sometimes. So I'm not being a prick. I swear to you, it's just because I miss it. So that's what it looks like. Just repost it. Let's see. Who would think is most likely to be an injury factor on offense or defense? Hopefully none. All right. Offense, Frank Ragnow, he's been dealing with the toe issue. This is something that he's going to deal with for the rest of his life. And this is something he's going to have times where he's going to have to be out of a game, and that's just something he deals with. By the way, he's big into fishing, and we got some ideas for the Lions Nation night. Could we do fishing specials with Frank Ragnow and Herman Moore? Go out in the Detroit area and go fishing? I think that's possible. I think it's going to happen. That's something cool, too. It's going to be completely different. Let's see, because I love fishing, and I told her, man, I think that's great, because he likes to fish, I like to fish, and Frank likes to fish. I think that would be epic. To my question, to Mike Kimber, do you believe that the Detroit Lions will win their first Super Bowl championship trophy and ring next season? Yes. I have the Detroit Lions. It's not a homer take. If you've been watching me for 5 years, you know I'm not that type of guy, right? I have predicted bad seasons throughout my tenure as a Detroit Lion fan and being a content creator. It's the first time I'm going to say, yes, I do believe the Detroit Lions are going to win the Super Bowl this year. I do.